Greetings to all of our Cheltenham Elementary families. I am very honored to create this back to school night video for you in order to share some important information and some pride about our school. Originally, the intent was to have everyone meet in the cafetorium, but we realized after last year that that was a lot of standing room only. And unfortunately, I've been out sick the last 2 days and my voice is already starting to go. And my concern is that by 6 p.m. this evening, I would not be able to give you a full quality presentation, hence this video. Thank you for taking the time to watch it, and it should make for a smooth back to school night. At this time, if you have already watched the video, you are welcome to come at 6:30 instead of 6 o'clock. From 6 to 6:30, you will be invited to come into the cafetorium. We're not going to set up chairs. We'll just have standing and watch this video on a loop. However, if you've already watched it or you're going to be watching it tomorrow, you are welcome to come at 6:30 and just go right to the first classroom presentation. A few things about CES and what we're focused on this year. One of the things that I am so proud of that I was able to walk into 2 years, almost a year and a half ago, is our SEL and our PBIS program. And we are continuing our PBIS, focusing on being caring, exceptional, and safe. One of the things that we are working on this year is our mindfulness. And the way we're supporting that is we are instituting morning meeting protocols. All of our teachers have started, as of Monday of this week, have started a morning meeting protocol where there is an opportunity for students to come together and engage in the classroom in the mornings in order to have a great kickoff to the day. In addition, next week, we are adding mindfulness after lunch. We know that lunch and recess is the time when conflict can arise, and we want to set up a way for our students to decompress immediately after lunch so that they have a tool to use with their deep breathing in order to then focus on instruction. And speaking of instruction, we are branding our instruction this year. You may notice I have some color-coded sheets in the background, and that is because for the last 2 weeks, we have been voting on a C word, an E word, and an S word to focus on our academics. And I have many votes that have been put in this bin. And since this is an election year, I'm going to be asking our wonderful families and our school community to pick just like we have caring, exceptional, and safe, we would like to know a C word, an E word, and an S word that makes us all focus on ourselves as exceptional teachers and exceptional student learners. So more information will be coming out about that as we are strongly focused on our growth in academics. Another thing we're going to be doing to focus on academics is our dynamic dolphin boards. Each classroom will have a board, something like you see in the back, and we are currently running our second contest where teachers are going to get to design the board where all of the students have a dolphin and we see the dolphins jump as their data rises. And even though students' data will not be identified, their growth will be. And more will be coming by the end of September, middle of October, about our dynamic dolphin boards. I was able to share a few weeks ago the student handbook. If you haven't had an opportunity, I'm sharing it again in the link to this evening's key points to check that student handbook again. A lot of the questions that you may have about how to contact us, transportation, food menus are there. One of the things to focus on is the difference in birthdays this year. If you could just make a little bit of special focus to the birthday page, which I believe is on, it's either 36 or 63. I have to look that up. Don't quote me on that one. The other thing we would like to focus on is transportation. There's a lot of conversation about transportation and car line and walk line and safety. And just know we are constantly working with our municipality to see what more we could put in place because there are certain regulations of things we're allowed to do as a school and certain regulations that fall on the police department. We are currently hoping to get a crossing guard that will actually work our main entrance as you come into the main parking lot. So if you or you know someone who is interested in being a crossing guard, please connect with Mrs. Kaiser in the main office and she can direct you to how to apply for that position. We are very proud to be a Title I school. And as a Title I school, we get a certain amount of funding that allows us to really support student academics. It allows us to have some extra tutoring programs. It allows us to have additional resources and materials. Along with the student handbook link, another link that is being given to all families is to the Title I presentation, so you can review. And any input that you have on Title I and how Title I funds are used, we're always looking for that input. Speaking of input, I was able to start this year Jams with Miss J. So once a month, there is an opportunity for families who would like to come together and just meet with me informally as a group. We're able to do so. Our first meeting happened on August 19th, and it was about recess. And our second meeting is going to be on September 19th, and again is going to focus on recess, because I wanted to give a second opportunity, because we know that's where our students have the most socialization. We also know that at times it can be negative socialization, and we want to always support the positive socialization, and hearing your feedback and your thoughts on how to best do that is very impactful for us. Communication. It's very important that you feel you are able to communicate with us. You can email me anytime. You can call the main office and speak to Ms. Kaiser at any time. You can fill out the parent concern form that is listed on our website. While the district has a website, we also have a community Google site, and that is a page that is linked that always has our weekly updates on them that are released on Sundays at 5 p.m. Thank you for the feedback. When you fill out surveys and you give us feedback, I take it very seriously. And one of the pieces of feedback that was given was that Mr. Perez used to give out Sunday 5 p.m. updates, and you knew when to expect them. So I made sure to go back to that tradition that was working very well for the school community, and hopefully you will see that be more effective. Please continue to give your feedback. I can't always implement everything that's shared, but just know that your feedback is valued, taken seriously, and always reviewed, and thank you for that. Speaking of feedback, one of the pieces of feedback that was given was how amazing Dr. Russell is. And Dr. Russell was a climate and culture coach that was with us a few years ago before my arrival. Through some diligence and some hard work and the support of Dr. Scriven and Miss Savage, we were able to reinstate Dr. Russell to be our climate and culture coach. So I'm going to turn it over to her and give her an opportunity to share a little bit more about herself, and then she's going to turn it back over to me, where I'm going to talk about our amazing PTO and give some more information about this evening.